Thank you for coming to Starbright Storytime. Today's book is Somewhere in the Ocean by Jennifer Ward and T.J. Marsh. Illustrated by Kenneth J. Spengler. Somewhere in the Ocean. Somewhere in the Ocean by Jennifer Ward and T.J. Marsh. Illustrated by Kenneth J. Spengler. Hey kids, look for the number hidden on each page. Somewhere in the ocean, where the warm waters run, lived a mother manatee and her little calf, one. "Nibble," said the mother. "I nibble," said the one. So they nibbled sea lettuce where the warm waters run. Somewhere in the ocean, in the waters clear and blue, lived a pod of orca whales and their little calves, too. "Splash," said the mothers. "We splash," said the two. So they jumped and they splashed in the waters clear and blue. Somewhere in the ocean, in a sea anemone, lived a mother clownfish and her baby fish, three. "Nestle," said the mother. "We nestle," said the three. So they nestled safe and snug in their sea anemone. Somewhere in the ocean, in a tide pool by the shore, lived a mother hermit crab and her baby crabs, four. "Dress," said the mother. "We dress," said the four. So they tried on different shells in their tide pool by the shore. Somewhere in the ocean, where the kelp forests thrive, lived a raft of sea otters and their baby otters, five. "Munch," said the mothers. "We munch," said the five. So they munched prickly urchins where the kelp forests thrive. Somewhere in the ocean, where the seas and rivers mix, lived a mother tiger shark and her little pups, six. "Cruise," said the mother. "We cruise," said the six. So they cruised and they hunted where the seas and rivers mix. Somewhere in the ocean, where the seagrass grows so even, lived a father seahorse and his wee babies, seven. "Hold on," said the father. "We hold on," said the seven. So they held and they swayed where the seagrass grows so even. Somewhere in the ocean, where the water shimmers late, lived a mother sea turtle and her baby turtles, eight. "Paddle," said the mother. "We paddle," said the eight. So they paddled in the moonlight where the water shimmers late. Somewhere in the ocean, drifting slowly in a line, lived a mother jellyfish and her baby jellies, nine. "Zap," said the mother. "We zap," said the nine. So they zapped tasty tidbits as they drifted in a line. Somewhere in the ocean, in a coral reef den, lived a mother octopus and her little babies 10. "Squirt," said the mother. "We squirt," said the 10. So they squirted and they played in their coral reef den. Fun facts. Clownfish. This colorful fish is also known as the clown anemone fish because it spends most of its time swimming among the stinging tentacles of sea anemones. For many other fish, swimming near an anemone would be harmful or deadly, but not to the clown anemone fish. When in danger, it may even swim all the way inside the anemone's mouth. Seeking shelter within the anemone helps protect the clown anemone fish from predators. Clown anemone fish live in the coral reefs of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Coral reef. People often mistake coral for a plant, but it is actually made up of tiny animals called polyps. Polyps don't grow into one large animal like we do. Instead, they grow by making lots and lots of little copies of themselves. They may attach themselves to a rock, shell, or even a crab. As the group of polyps becomes larger, it is called a coral colony. The coral colony begins to take on a special shape as it grows. Some might look like lumpy rocks, while others might look like branches, antlers, or fans. Many different coral colonies growing near one another form a beautiful and colorful coral reef that looks like a fantastic underwater garden. Hermit crab. Unlike most crabs, hermit crabs do not grow shells of their own. They must use an empty shell from another animal as their home in order to protect their soft bodies. As the hermit crab grows, it must move from its borrowed home into a larger one. Hermit crabs live in the coastal waters of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Invertebrate. Every animal on the planet either has a backbone or does not have a backbone. Animals that do not have backbones are called invertebrates. Can you find the invertebrate animals in this book? Jellyfish. Jellyfish do not swim very well. As they drift with the current, their tentacles collide with small fish and shrimp that are swimming by or that are also being swept along with the current. When this happens, the tentacles zap and stun the animal unfortunate enough to collide with those stinging tentacles. Then the jellyfish draws the prey up into its mouth at the center of its body, and it's lunchtime for the jellyfish. Jellyfish can be found in oceans all over the world. Kelp forest. The kelp forest is a very special underwater forest, home to many ocean animals. It is made up of very long strands of kelp, which is a type of underwater plant. Attached to the seafloor, the kelp grows upward toward the surface, sometimes taller than a 10-story building. Sea otters help keep kelp forests healthy by eating prickly sea urchins that can be damaging to the kelp. Manatee. Manatees are mammals just like whales, dolphins, and you. They spend their entire lives in water, but like all mammals, they must go to the surface to breathe. Can you believe that a long time ago, sailors mistook cute, chubby, gray manatees for beautiful mermaids? These gentle, slow-moving creatures live in shallow, warm waters where they graze on seagrasses, water weeds, and algae. These animals are about as long and as heavy as a small car. To get that way, they must eat 1 pound of food for every 10 pounds of body weight. That would be like you eating about 5 or 6 pounds of salad every day. Manatees live in the coastal waters of the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, and in some of the warm rivers that feed into them. They are also found in the rivers of tropical Africa. This has been Somewhere in the Ocean by Jennifer Ward and T.J. Marsh, illustrated by Kenneth J. Spengler. Copyright 2000 by Jennifer Ward. Illustrations copyright 2000 by Kenneth J. Spengler. Published by Scholastic Inc., New York, New York, by arrangement with Rising Moon. Printed in the USA. First Scholastic printing, January 2001. Thank you for coming to Starbright Storytime.